Good morning. It's me, your favorite pastry-based life form. In fact, probably the only pastry-based life form here on Twitch. Let me just change my bird. There we go. Today we're gonna do more of that blanket I was doing last Thursday. Uh, I have crocheted a bit of it since stream. My God, I'm so hot. um, I have crocheted more of it, but I had a migraine, uh, and crocheting neon, multicolored rainbow wool is not great for a migraine. Apparently, um, let's go to the right scene. Here I am without bird because I forgot to add. Forgot to add it. Let's zoom you up a little bit. There we go. This is we've got sparkly blue. We've got like a striped wool. We've got some pink wool. We've got this horrendous wool. It's really pretty and it feels nice, but actually crocheting it is hell. And then we have this one that was giving my migraine even more migraine. This is just a really simple pattern where you just make a square and keep going round and round, and eventually you have a blanket at the end of it. One day I will do a fancier one. No. I have to go up in the loft soon to get out the blankets that I have up there. Because it's starting to be blanket weather here. And I might show them to you all at some point. Also, I wanted to show you the things that I've been drawing. My little art therapy thing. You can't really see this one because it's pencil. Um, weird thing. Cloud, cake, sky, moi. um, I really like the shirt on this. I might make a outfit that has that deformed frog, flower, and then some flowers there too. Um, this one has a koi fish with a moustache and a frog with a crown. Um, there's some little frogs and a big frog. Oh, he's a really ugly tree. This is what I painted last week. I really love this pumpkin. Came out so good. And then I like this one, but I think this one is too small. Like the head is too small. If it was digital, I would have gone made it bigger. Also, this one is weird because it has a neck, but I was going to make this a turtleneck and I never got around to adding the extra lines to it. I love how the little ghosts came out. And the little skulls all look very weird. And then this is the last thing that I did last week. I started drawing a skull and it came out so good. And it reminded me of how to draw a still life. because I haven't done it in so long. I forget that like I can't look at what I'm drawing and draw. I have to look at the thing that I'm drawing to draw and not at the page. And the rest is empty because today is week 6. I thought I'd share that with you because I haven't actually drawn in a really long time because of burnout. But anyway, back to crochet. Now I'm getting cold. This is the power of winter. I wish they made, I used to think one as a child, a jumper that didn't have any middle part of the body, just the sleeves. That's like the part of me that gets cold. Then I put a jumper on and just boil instantly when my arms are still cold. Sorry if I'm sniffing because I have a stuffy nose. So that it's winter already. But my lips are so dry. They were so dry. My voice is a bit weird. One, I just woke up. And two, it's because I read like 10 chapters of my book yesterday. And took like 3 hours. I recommend uh, going and watching them if you're interested. I'm at the point of writing that story where I'm like, I hate that we've been when we soldier through because usually I eventually start to like it again. It just takes a very long time. I'd also show you this is the start. Oh, just hit you with a stick. This is the start of an advent calendar for my sister. I'm probably gonna cut it in half, the stick, and have 2 layers because I feel like this is a bit too up together. But I just made a load of little bags. I need to burn the ends of the ribbon as well. Little drawstring bags. They're really cute. Out of some fabric that I got in like a mystery bag of remnants. You can't see them very well because I'm having issues with my webcam. But like there's this blue one, there's this one, there's these ones, these ones. There's one that has somewhere on here. There's one that has sequins on it. There's this one. I'm really proud of this one. This satin is so hard So they said knit. Not knitting. That would be hell. Uh, it's really hard to sew with because if you sew into it, it leaves behind holes if you have to pull the thread. And it just it doesn't heal from it, so you just always have the sew holes in it. Oh, thank you. I just totally noticed. You just read. Thank you, Watch Jordan for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. I am tired and half asleep right now. I'm having issues with the webcam. It looks really washed out right now. And my bitrate is terrible. What were you playing today? Oh, you also uh, sewing or knitting or doing any other kind of craft? An ad's gonna start in like a minute, just by the way. So you know. Let me shout you out. Thank you also for the follow. Oh, I want to say it's Starry Taurus. And Watch Jordan. Oh, that's cute. We've been playing Stardew recently. It's chill streamy. And look at my Streamlabs not working. Commando. Only pros here. I should hydrate. Luckily, it's not as hot as it was earlier. Good sleep. Don't feel like you have to be. As I always say, I don't hold people hostage. You'll be free to leave whenever you wish to. You're also free to come back whenever you want to. Oh, thank you for the bits, Starry Taurus. You don't have to be like, oh, this is all I have. It's like anything you feel throwing my way is always appreciated. Hope you go whatever you're doing goes well. And if you're going to sleep too, get some good sleep. get some good sleep and stay safe out there because it's dangerous. I don't know why I said that in a baby voice. You know, socially awkward person does socially awkward things. You know, that's what you get here. That's the quality of content. Why is my mic? Or mic? Why? My webcam so it's it's really doing a lot today. I think it's just because it's so dark. It's trying to compensate. Do you think this time of day it's like nearly 9:30, it would be brighter than this, but no, it's extremely gloomy. Raining British Day in October, so it's like dark already. Clocks haven't even changed yet, and it's already dark all the time. It's gone from being like August in September to like November in October. And I feel like all the leaves fell off the trees in like 1 week. Gone from like all the trees green, lovely, and now they're all on the floor, not lovely. It's slimy because it's so rainy. But I did see like a really big mushroom, the puffball, which are probably I think they're either edible or very inedible, which we love. It was huge. It was like a football. No doubt someone will kick it and it'll be destroyed. But where it is, there's a really cool, there used to be a tree, and there's a really cool ring of mushrooms that comes up when it's really like rainy. It's exactly the type of mushroom that's like fairy rings are made out of in fairy tales and like children's books. It's very, I don't know, just cool. And also, I saw one of the most poisonous ones. Nearly said venomous, and mushrooms, they're not going to bite you or sting you or any other way you can think of being venomed by fungus. Poisonous. It's called a destroying angel. Which very ominous name. It's ominous for a reason because it will kill you if you don't get seen quickly. And thus, it always freaks me out when people go foraging for mushrooms because there's so many that just look fine and that they look like you could eat them, but a lot of the poisonous ones also look like, so they're really hard to, really hard to differentiate, easy to mistake for one another. I don't know how we got on this mushroom conversation. We're here now, I guess. I might go draw mushrooms today. I was showing earlier the paintings that I did in a kind of art class that I'm going to. I don't know if you can see very well. This is just a pencil drawing, so it doesn't really show up very well. But there's a koi fish and a frog. And there's a dragonfly here, but you can't really see it because I haven't gone and outlined it properly. There wasn't time because the teacher spent like an inordinate amount of time talking about watercolor paint, and there wasn't much time left by the end of the lesson to actually do anything with it, and it was very stressful. Here's another painting that I did that day. The little frog talking about frogs, and I think it came out really well, but when I scan it, I've got some paint to clear up. And then we have this really ugly tree. that I had to draw. Because the theme that week, I think, was like trees. And I didn't want to draw it. I drew something else on a different piece of paper. I think I drew ghosts. I think there's a ghost surrounded by flowers somewhere. I don't know where I put it. No, that's not it. Is this it? Yes, it is. This is what I drew that week instead. Little. They were meant to be like a oil slick, and this is like the light off of it, but it just looks like two ghosts in a ball pit. And we have the king of the frogs, and a ghost with little red flowers around it, and then this horrible dragon. This is what I did last week. Just little pumpkin spirits. They're going trick or treating. And I said I really like the middle one. I think I did really good with the colours, and I know you don't see, it's like a butternut squash. I like this one. I like its little face. This one I feel like the pumpkin should have been bigger. So if I made it again, I'd make it with a bigger a bigger pumpkin. And then this is the last thing that I drew. Don't mind me just dropping the crochet hook. There's a skull. A very spooky skull. I was really pleased with that because I haven't. Where's it gone? Crochet hook just says halfway across the world. Found it. It's literally halfway across my room. Yeah, I really like that class. Because it's in the middle of the day, because, unemployed person. Everyone else in the group is like retired age or older. So it's pretty hard to make friends. Like the only person I really talk to is a lady who always sits across with me with her husband who has dementia. And we talk sometimes because I used to look after people with dementia. And sometimes people just need a bit of reassurance that they're doing a good job. I think that's about it. I think you remember it's not on next week though because school holidays, and even though it's an adult learning place, it runs by the same term time. But it finishes the week before Christmas. So that's fun. I always have to take my earplugs though because everyone's chattering so loudly, and the tutor always has. I have a pair of loops that I wear, and the tutor always has terrible music on. It's all either like just pop music that I hear, or the olden times music for the old people. And some of that is good, but also, you know, it's not good when you don't want to listen. I think this is going to end up being the thickest colour band apart from the middle. I think I have 150 grams of this one, maybe more. Usually I try to put the thicker, like the wool I have more of on the end, because obviously the bigger it gets, the more wool it takes to get round. But with this one, I also wanted to make it aesthetically pleasing, and rather than just mixing everything together randomly, I decided to like my attempt was to go from darker to lightest. Obviously, we have this blue tiny wool that I bought on the way back from first aid training. I had to, for my old job, I had to get um, children's emergency first aid because of where I worked, and it was very depressing and upsetting because we had to do CPR, and as someone who's done CPR and someone who didn't survive, it was pretty upsetting. So I was like, what's I need a treat to say I'm doing a good job, and so I bought wool, and I think I bought soup, wool and soup, and this wool's just sat in my stash that I'm trying to rapidly decrease. Here we go, end of the second bowl. That one will go up, so we don't do it now. Sorry for yawning. No matter what time of day, I'm always tired. Let's see. Oh yeah, it is 3 because you can see the next colour walking through. Which is another rainbow wool, but it is not as soft as this. I was going to make that one into a hat, and then I felt it, and I was like, no, no one deserves that made of this. We'll scratch your eyebrow. It also doesn't look that different on camera, but it is. This is more like a darker rainbowy colour, and that one is more neon and it has green in it. Like it's yellow, pink, green, maybe red. I can't really remember. It's been so long since I rolled it all. And then after that we have chunky wool, I think. I don't really remember. And then once this is all crocheted up, I just have 4 balls of neon pink and 4 balls of grey left. And I'm gonna make jumpers out of that, or sweaters if you're American. I knit one last year, and it's white and it has green cuffs on it, and it fit well, but the sleeve part of the pattern doesn't make any sense, so I had to figure out what it actually meant. And in the end, I think I had to. Firstly, I had to get my grandma to do the collar for me because I couldn't understand what it was asking me to do. So she did it for me, and then I had to ask her opinion on the sleeves because the I don't remember what you call it, the part where it starts tapering was too short, and she was like, "This looks like a baby's sleeve." So I had to rip it all out and do it again. My sister once requested a grey one. I said I would make her it, and then the neon pink is for a hexagon cardigan, the likes of which you have seen on TikTok and in YouTube shop. Oh, reference, if you heard that, that was my toe. It wasn't me standing on a twig in a forest, just my toe. Can't believe we've been live for like nearly 40 minutes now. Crafting goes by quickly. Hopefully this blanket will look cool by the end of it. Because like I said, I'm trying to go dark coloured wool to light coloured wool. And this one's the rainbow one because I have a load of wool that's rainbow in it. I think at the very end there's like an oatmeal that has rainbow flecks in it. But it's going to take forever to get that. I mean, once we get to the thicker wool, it'll go by quicker because there's less yardage to a thicker wool because it's done by weight. But this double knitting feels like it's going forever. To be fair, it's 3 50-gram rolls, but it doesn't mean it's not taking forever to get through it. I'm just going to pull it off because my tension is too high from the ball being on the floor. Just as it falls to an even lower place on the floor. I'm just going to wind some up. This might take a while. Also, this looks terrible. It's so blurry. I really need to fix my webcam settings. I just haven't had time to do it yet. Next week, I might start doing some Christmas crafts instead of crochet. See? Is November too early to start? No. Probably too late to start, to be honest. Also, I'll be doing NaNoWriMo this year again. It's something that I've done for like, oh my god, 10 years now. Oh, oh no. Actually, maybe longer than that, actually thinking about it. Anyway, so a break from writing a novel will be greatly appreciated. Because otherwise, I just end up spending all day, every day, all the spare time that I have writing, because I'm really slow at writing. I know there's people who write their NaNoWriMo novel in like one day, and those people are crazy. You must have terrible repetitive strain in your fingers if you're typing 50,000 words in a day. I come across as like those writers that like release like 26 books a year. And you're like, how? How is this possible? I've been writing the same book for 3 years at this point, and I want it out of my brain. I want it out of my brain, especially because it has 3 sequels that I have like ideas for that are also living in my brain, and I need to get the original one finished before we can move on to that. Plus, there's other ideas in my brain that are like, write me instead, write me instead. And I'm like, no, I've got to do this. Gotta focus. Gotta focus on the body swap fantasy novel. Also, you might see a redeem in the channel point redeems, which is for a where did I put it? A writing prompt. I have a box full of writing prompts that I just pick a random one out of, and you might think, oh, it's like a cute little box, and it's like, no, it's truly not little. It's literally like, you know, the storage bins that you put under a bed or in your loft or something. It's that size. It's about half full of just paper. Little little notes. very stressful. All of those are thoughts that are just like in my brain forever. Uh, I was thinking about making a YouTube series about them, but I just haven't had the energy to do anything. No. Hydration break. I encourage you all to have a hydration break too. Just slowly wandering away from the camera. I'm either like up here or down here. Because when I crochet, I usually crochet really close to me. The one good thing about using a variegated yarn is that it feels like you're making progress because the colors change, which is something that I like recommend to new crocheters. If you're making something that's big and kind of monotonous, is to use a variegated yarn because it just makes things go faster to your brain. It makes you feel more like you're making progress than a plain color. Also, it's just nice and bright. This is like doesn't matter if it's like an ombre yarn or one like this that has really short color changes. Um, both are both are good. It's just an ombre yarn is pretty hard to color match with compared to this, where you can't really tell. But because an ombre goes from one color into another, then you get a new ball. You have to match the color points up, and that can sometimes feel like you're wasting a lot of wool. One, two, three, four. I always forget to do that. I made another blanket on stream and it was pastel coloured, and I was doing pink, and we were pretty early on in the shape of it, but not too early on. So like when I had to rip out a lot of it because I got to do one of the corners and it started turning into a ball instead of a blanket. It was so sad. I always have to be like, here is the corner. Gotta do a corner in the corner. Which was something that was very hard when doing this one. You cannot see the stitch. And now I'm getting too hot again. Just remember to also have to take a library book today because it's due back today. I've already extended it and then I'll only extend for a week and it's too big to read in a week. Plus, I don't particularly want to read. I think I read like the first 20 pages. It's just too dense. I can't really get into it. I really had some bad picks from life recently. I read a book called Bring All the Daughters, I think it's called. Or Gather All the Daughters. Or Gather the Daughters. It was written by, I think she's a psychiatrist. I don't know. But it was real bad. I hate when a book has an ambiguous ending. Like, I like everything to be like tied off nicely. Unless it's going to be a sequel. But it doesn't have a sequel. And the ending is depressing. It doesn't feel like at the end of the book anything has really changed except a lot of your favourite characters died. Spoilers. And as someone who identifies as female, everything in it that happens in that book is like women's trauma. Ugh, it's just like, it just makes you anxious reading it. And the fact that I read it whilst like sleep deprived, in really bad muscle pain, and having a migraine did not help the experience. I think it took me like 4 days to read it. I had to keep putting it down because it was like, oh, this is too much now. How could you just throw this in out of the middle of nowhere? So instead, we're back to fantasy. As a genre. I'm gonna hope for a more joyful book. But it's hard because my library is like 50% crime and thriller books, 1% westerns for some reason, big chunk of romance. The adult fiction is predominantly romance. Um, the non-fiction books are either about murder or local crime or dogs. And the rest are like local history, like 4 Marvel comics, the section where the maps are. I've taken just randomly walking down aisles and picking a book out and reading the first page to see whether it'll be worth reading or not. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's the worst book you've read in a long time. And they have an app, but it's impossible to navigate. I think I'm going to be ending stream soon. It's supposed to be for another hour, but my wrist's starting to hurt, and I do not need to get a repetitive strain injury again. This close to NaNoWriMo. When I, like a truly mentally stable person, I'm going to handwrite a novel. So it'll probably at some point turn into typing it because my hands will hurt too much. And then going back to writing because my hands will hurt too much from typing. Oh, but this is pretty thick now. We're on the third bowl. There's not too much of it left. I was oh, red wool. I forgot there was red. I think the red's next and not the multicolour. So that'll be something to look forward to. Make it to an hour. And then we'll have a break. I'll tell you about what's happening tomorrow. Trying not to yawn it. I was doing that a lot yesterday during the reading stream. It's truly, I don't know why, it doesn't matter what time of day I stream, I'm just immediately tired as soon as I start doing it. It's pretty weird. Pretty weird. Didn't manage to get that one away from the mic. There we go. Last stitch. Let's go to different scene. Yeah. Here I am with the bird again. my he said penguin. My pigeon friend. I want to say thank you everyone for coming today. Uh, I know it's very early for a lot of people, or very late for a lot of people. What can I do? The only time I have to stream today. I say thank you for the raid from Watch Jordan. I think I've only ever been raided once before, so you have the honor of being the second ever raid. I want to thank Watch Jordan also for the follow, and Starry Taurus. Correct me if I'm wrong. For the follow and for the bits, you really didn't have to give me bits, and you shouldn't feel bad for giving me bits and being like, "Oh, this is all I can give you." Like, it's fine. You don't have, you're not obligated. And also that amount is probably going to get me paid this month, which I like very much. Just before Christmas, great. Um, Tomorrow we'll be live 7 p.m. British time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're in America. I'm going to play Stardew Valley, where I finally figured out how to fish on PC. I used to play on PS4 and uh, didn't get like the buttons that I have to press to do the thing was confusing me. We're currently in spring, just before the Egg Festival. I have in year one. I have played the game before, and not all the way to like end game stuff. So there's not like it's not like first time playing this game. It's like first time attempting to finish this game. They used to play it on PS4, like I said, and the game controller is very heavy, and it used to hurt my hands a lot to play. Because as a pastry-based life form, I don't have great hands. Pastry not good at holding stuff. Not particularly strong. If you don't know my law, it's that I'm actually a pie. Truly, truly need a unhinged backstory. But what can I say? I'm a PNG. If there's anything else you need to know, I don't think so. Next Wednesday at 7 p.m. British time, 2 p.m. Actually, it won't be because I think it's 1 p.m. or it might be 3 p.m. because the clocks are changing in the UK this weekend. But anyway, sometime around 2 p.m., 3 p.m. or 1 p.m., we'll be reading the rest of my book that's published. So it's been published so far because you you girl posts her stuff on Wattpad. Like I don't know where else to put it. I think 28 chapters are out now. I'll be 29 by then, so we've got like 9 more chapters to read, and then you'll have to wait a while for the rest. Um, I'm currently editing chapter 48, and I'm rereading my stuff from last NaNoWriMo and being like, why did I write this? Why does this make no sense? And I'm like, yeah, you wrote it at like 2 a.m. during NaNoWriMo, like you can't really be held accountable. I want to thank you all for coming and listening to me ramble. Stay safe out there. Wash those little handies. Don't run with scissors. And I'll see you whenever you feel like coming back again. Bye bye. Ending is always so weird. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.